Alright, next we are going to look at cleaning up any of our quick sketches. So I'm going to do a quick demo on this one and this one. You get the idea, and you can choose whichever model you like to trace. It is a good idea to use thin paper. I mean, these are standard printer paper, so they should be all good, but you know, if you have a tracing paper, they work just fine, or if you have light table that could let you to see through easier, you can use them as well. Alright, now this time I'm going to use a mechanical pencil because I want to have a little more fine lines. As you can see, this is quite rough, and I want to make it a little nicer. This process could be repeated 2 times, 3 times, 4 times until you're very satisfied with your lines. So I'm going to start with that. And what I have in mind is to make my lines nice and delicate, and I don't want to have a rough fashion template. So when I start to actually put clothing on her, I don't need to deal with fixing the hands and the legs and different parts, right? So in this case, I would choose either the lines that are there that I like, or in this case, I think this is way too low, so I'm going to correct it as I go. I'm going to just do a new line right there. So this process, unlike the other one, could be a little lengthy. In the previous step, we were going to be very fast and quickly get the measurements, right? In this case, I could take my time. Now, drawing shoes is another topic we will talk about later on. For now, don't worry about drawing shoes. You could just do, just a basic form of the foot will be fine. I'm not going to mark it based on that at all. And I think here I'm quite happy with that line. You probably can't see what I see on the camera because I am also myself having a hard time seeing what I'm tracing. But yeah, maybe it was a better idea if I used tracing paper, then you could see nicer. But as long as you guys know that I have my model underneath, when you start doing it on your own, you would know what I mean by that. Okay, so I don't like what I did right there. I'm going to erase that. These are one of the few areas that you could use your eraser. When we were sketching and warming up last week, we didn't really want to use any eraser. We were just warming up. In this case, I want to be more delicate. So there you go. I allow myself to use eraser. There. So just that. Now I'm not going to include any of the other lines. That should be sufficient. Now I quickly want to show you what would I do with this. This is actually becoming 2/3 point of view, which is our lesson later, but it doesn't matter. You apply the same technique on anything else, right? You can do it. Now when you compare these two, this is more, it has a texture of sketching, but this is easier to put clothing on than that one. You could, for the favor of time, I don't trace this again, but you would put your paper over top and decide which arm movements you want and which leg movements, and then you trace just around the one that you have chosen. Now say I want to put a clothing on her. This is the next stage, which is coming up later, but not too far from now, probably for next lesson or so. So now that I have my model and I'm going to design something, I am not worried about drawing the whole body. So as a designer, you create a series of templates for yourself. Some are good for showing pants, some are good for showing skirts from different angles, side view, front view, back view, and then that's your treasure. You keep going back to them and you would reuse them, right? You don't draw them every time. Say here I want to do a top and maybe skirt. I have that right there. The area that I'm not putting clothing on, like the head and neck, I just go ahead and draw. In here maybe I'm going to have like a top, and then maybe the shoulder is showing off, so I don't draw anything on the shoulder part, but then here I'm drawing my top right here. Maybe I'll just do a ruffle gather here. And here could be quite tight, and then maybe right from here I'll just flare it out again, and maybe I even have it on an angle. And this part is showing the shoes. There you go. And the arm. And the face, don't worry, we'll have a lesson on how to draw the face. Maybe I give her a hat or something. There you go. So this is a quick sketch of what could be coming up, or how you could actually, I don't like doing it with mechanical pencil now because it's taking a lot of time for me. A regular, this is B6, or a drawing pencil would be much faster at this point. And I'll talk about all of this in the following lessons, like how you're going to shade, how you're going to create your dimension, and so on and so forth. Just wanted to show you a quick application of your fashion models, like why you are doing these fashion models. All right, move here to see. And that's it for now. Thank you.